so I'm here today to do a update for my Finish 13 by Halloween project. I've made some progress, not a whole lot, but I'll show you what I've done so far. First, I'll start with the White Island Tours PeeJay Lip Balm. In my intro to this challenge, I said that I wasn't going to mark it because I would finish it before the first update, and I did. There's absolutely none that I can just apply straight to my lips, and I'm not going to dig it out, so that one is done. And then there were two products in the original intro that I have since decided to switch out for other products. The first was the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in San Paulo. I actually gave that away to a friend because I really didn't like the color and I didn't want to force myself to use it. So I have replaced it with the Revlon Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in the color Smitten. Now I haven't used a whole lot of this, even though I've had it for I think something like 3 years. Must be about 3 years. I've used most of the point off, but it's still that's it screwed all the way down, so it still sticks out a bit. And I did a measurement here, so that's where it's starting, and we've got that much left to go. I'm not really kidding myself. I don't think I can finish a balm stain in 2 months, especially considering it's basically brand new. There's not much use on it at all. But I do want to use maybe half of it. If I could use half, I'd be really happy with that. And the other product I'm swapping out is the Stila Convertible color in Poppy. I really like that product, but I've been using it every day for a few months now, and I'm honestly just sick of it. I don't want to keep using it. So I've decided to replace it with this blush. This is the L'Oreal True Match blush in Sandalwood Pink. I've had this blush for something like 4 years, maybe more than that. The packaging is completely broken, and this is the blush. It's just a really simple basic pink, and actually the other day I hit pan on it. So there's a tiny little bit of pan in the middle, and I'd like to finish this blush in the next 2 months. It's very powdery and it's really light, so I can apply a lot of it really easily. But basically, if I don't finish it, I'm going to get rid of it at the end of the project anyway, because I've had it for way too long and I don't want to keep it around anymore. So on to some progress from the other products. First, I got my NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser. This is in Light 1 Terre Nouve. I still can't tell how much is in here because the packaging is opaque, but about a week or 2 weeks ago it started doing that spluttering sound. It has since stopped doing that, but that kind of indicates to me that there's not a whole lot of product left in here, and I'm still really confident that I can finish this by the end of October. Then we've got the Maybelline Master Precise Liquid Liner. I was panning another black eyeliner in my project pan. That project is now finished, and I did finish that black liner, so I've only been using this probably about 2 weeks, maybe a week even, and I know it will dry out soon. I've had it open for a really long time, and these don't stay very black for very long, so I'm just going to keep using it until it runs out. As for my other eyeliner, this is the Rimmel Scandel'Eyes Kohl Kajal eyeliner in Nude. It's just a little stub, but I have noticed since I started using it again that the pencil inside of the plastic, it has shrunk and it's quite loose inside of the cylinder, so I'm glad I'm finally using it up. It's definitely getting too old. So that's there at the first update. I didn't measure it at the intro because I haven't really been using it since I was also panning a nude eyeliner in my other project pan. So this is where it is at the first update. We've got that much left to go, but this measurement is including the little plastic end, which doesn't contain any product. So I just use this every day to line my waterline, and it's quite creamy, so a lot applies at once. So, I mean, I'm not worried about finishing it. This is my Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I started the project at approximately there, and now I'm still approximating them about there. There's a lot of product on the side, and the bottle is a frosted glass, so it's quite hard to tell where the product is. But for a little while it was really hard to get product to pump out of the top, so I had to like shake it up quite a bit to get it to settle again at the bottom. So what I might do is, if it keeps being really difficult to get out, I'll depot it from this bottle into just a little tub so that I can use it more efficiently really and get all the product out of it without having to squeeze it out the pump. This is my MAC Pro Longwear blush in Baby Don't Go. When I started this project there was no pan showing at all, there was just a dent, and now there's quite a bit of pan showing as you can see. So I'm pretty sure I can finish this up in the 3-month period. I was worried about it when I first started because I've never really used bronzer before, and I haven't really finished a bronzer ever before anyway. But yeah, that's where it is now. I'm just working my brush around, trying to get the sides. It will get more and more difficult as the sides get thinner and thinner, but we'll see how it goes. This is my Maybelline Color Tattoo Metal in Barely Branded. When I started the project, these two sides were much closer together and there was just a little bit of pan showing in between them. I've been working on this side mostly, pushing this down and around. This is quite thick down here and this is really thin, so I'm just kind of pushing it down as I go. I don't think I'll finish this by the end of the project just because there is so much product in these little pots, but I do think I'll make a really good dent in it and hopefully I will be able to finish it not long after the project ends. My last two eye products are shadows from the Lorac Pro palette. The first one is Cream, which I have since hit a tiny bit of pan in. I use this color to set my under eye concealer, and while I don't love it for that, I think it kind of tends to make my concealer crease actually. It is a good way to get through this product because I wouldn't really be using it for anything else otherwise. So that's that. And again, it's quite thin down on this side and around the pan, so I think I can finish this pretty quickly. And then the other one is Champagne, which is a really glittery kind of nude champagne-y type color. I use that all over the lid with other colors around it. I've made a dent, not as big as I thought it would be after a month of use, but hopefully I can make even more progress over the next 2 months. I know I spent a lot of days this month using a palette that I bought as like a reward for finishing my 6-month spending ban, so there were quite a few days where I didn't use this eyeshadow all over the lid. But I'm going to stick to it from now on and hopefully finish it or get really close to finishing it by the end of this project. If you have any tips on second ways to use that shadow instead of just as a shadow, please let me know. I do know that Nude makes a really good highlight on the face, but I think Champagne's much too glittery for that, so I'm not really sure. Let me know. And for the two other balms in my collection, I have the Aesop Rosehip Seed Lip Cream. This is just a little tube, a squeezy tube. I really don't like this lip cream, but I just carry it around my purse and apply it whenever I can. Honestly, I've only used it like maybe 3 times in the past month, but when I finish up this other lip balm, I will be putting this in my bedside table and applying it before bed every night, so hopefully I'll get through it much faster that way. The balm I'm currently using in my bedside table is a sample of the Kit Wonder Balm. It's just in a little sample pot, and I've used about half of this in the past month, so I'm sure I'll use it up over the next month, and then I can use the Aesop one. And the last product is probably the product I've made the most progress on, if not the bronzer. And this is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lip Gloss in Berry Allure. When I started the project, I was there, and now I've worked it down to there. So I've got very little product left. I just reapply this as often as possible all over my lips and whatever lipstick I'm wearing. It goes really well with the balm stain that I'm using as well, so I like to layer those. But I'm 100% confident I will finish this in the next month. So I'm really excited to get a lip gloss out of my collection, especially one that looks nearly exactly the same as another one I have. So there you go. Those are all of the products for my Finish 13 by Halloween and the progress I've made on them over the past month or so. If you're doing this project, please let me know so I can come and watch you. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching me and have a good day. Bye!